I don't understand. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel if you are a returning member, or welcome if you are new here. This is Epictastic Joshua. My name is Joshua Drake Randall, and we are going to talk about and rant The Strangers Chapter 2. Oh my god. This is once again directed by Rennie Harlan and stars Madeleine Petsch once again. And this is the second installment of the new trilogy. And this is the fourth attempt at a Strangers movie. After learning that one of their victims, Maya, is still alive, three masked maniacs returns to finish the job. With nowhere to run and no one to trust, Maya soon finds herself in a brutal fight for survival against psychopaths who are more than willing to kill anyone that stands in her way. I've reviewed the other Strangers movies on this channel if you want to hear my thoughts on them, but I'll echo them here. I think the first movie from 2008, despite some character decisions and frustrations, I still think it's a pretty solid movie on its own, for me personally. I much prefer Strangers Prayer Nights, and while Strangers Prayer Nights does have the same issues going into it, carrying over from the first movie from 2008, I will say it's a pretty little B movie that's ridiculously enjoyable. The Strangers Chapter 1, I didn't really care too much for it at all. I said it was decent, but it had a lot of issues with it. So going into the second half of this, I was willing to give this a shot, and I was hoping maybe there was a chance that this would actually be a lot more better. Maybe they will have took the part of the Strangers franchise where they had to redo certain parts of the 2008 original, and this will be the one where they just get to freshen it all up and get to go balls to the wall crazy. And I was curious to be one of those people that was going to be like, okay, maybe this would be a little better than the first movie. And let me tell you something. This is not an improvement whatsoever. In fact, I think this is even worse than the first movie. As far as the positives go when it comes to this movie, this is what I will say. I will say this about this film, okay? Madeleine Petsch is doing the best that she can. I think Madeleine Petsch is a good actress. She's a very talented, good actress. I think she is. Riverdale is proving that. Some people don't like Riverdale. Some people may not like Madeleine Petsch. But I will say she is doing the absolute best that she can for a terrible script like this. I think she's one of the only few bright spots that's holding this movie together. And of course, it's obvious that she's attractive. I don't have to go over this again, but in terms of her acting, she is capable. And there's moments in this movie where she has to do a lot of physical acting with her face and with screaming or running because she doesn't have as much dialogue. She's in the state of panic. She's in a state of fear. She's a capable actress, but my goodness, post Riverdale, I want her to get better movies or better projects. Give her something like a Poison Ivy or such. Give her something. She's too good to be wasting her time in this. The cinematography, I also think, is fine. There are some interesting shots that they choose to play with, even in the hospital when Maya is being chased and you're following the strangers around. I like those parts of the movie, in cinematography-wise. The hospital setting in the first couple minutes is actually creepy. Hospitals can be creepy. The score, musically wise, is not the best, but I think it's fine. There are a few moments of tension and carnage candy that you do get to get. Other than that, this movie, my God, had the same problems as the first movie. The character decisions isn't as bad as it was in the first movie, but every time Maya has a chance to take these guys out or to fight against them, most of the time she's either in the state of panic, which I understand, making noises, or just making some weird decisions here. And I'm like, this is not good for a final girl like this. This is what you do with Madeleine Pesch. Cheryl Blossom is Cheryl fucking Blossom, people. Are you fucking kidding me in the writing room? Come on now. The script is plagued by this because of it, and pretty tame in terms of kills. Aside from a very select few moments of brutality, this movie has barely any blood or any kills. It feels like you're rated R, but it also feels like you're a tame PG-13, and it feels like you're having to cut things out. Characters in this movie, aside from Maya, most of the time, is not that interesting. You bring in the sister of Maya, you bring in this police officer, played by Richard Brake, and then you have all these other characters in here, which they could have amounted to something if you actually gave them fucking character depth, but the movie chooses, no, fuck that shit. We're not giving these guys any character development. And it's just like, then why are they even here in the first freaking place, man? Movie, in terms of the pacing, this movie is only 90 some odd minutes. Feels like 2 hours and 11 minutes because nothing much happens aside from the hospital chases. And this whole movie is just one big chase scene, which on paper is actually a pretty good idea. But you gotta do something. You gotta have Maya be able to fight something or something. And it's like, they don't even bother to do that. There's this ridiculous scene in this movie, which I kid you not, almost made me laugh because the CG, you're trying to be the Revenant, and the CGI boar or whatever it is does not look convincing whatsoever. Granted, you don't want to put any animals in danger. You don't want to go to jail for animal cruelty. You could have done an animatronic or something. You have the budget for it. The explanation you try to give for these killers, that's something that had my curiosity, and this actually could have been interesting. But the way you choose to go about it is just so ridiculous. I do not like that decision whatsoever when it comes to the film. I think it's just one of the most laziest ways you could have done this. The best part about knowing about the strangers is that you don't know a motive. They just like, where's Tamara? Tamara ain't home, bitch. Okay? She's not home, bitch. Go home, you crazy strangers. Shit. The direction by Rennie Harlin, he is a guilty pleasure director for me. Sometimes, not every movie he does works for me, but this does not even feel like Rennie Harlin is directing it. It feels like they have more so of a guy in suits, and they're not happy with what Rennie Harlin is doing, so they want to make the movie their way. And because that's what it feels like this entire movie. And I appreciate the fact that you're trying when it comes to these Strangers movies to do something different. But when you have characters have dumb decisions, like in the first two movies, or in the last movie, which came out last year, or if you're not given anything interesting for the strangers to do, what is the point? It doesn't help your movie or trilogy not one bit. And this definitely falls into the middle chapter syndrome because of that. I hate the ending of this movie. I am not happy with that ending. Not happy with it. What in the green hell was that bullshit? The way this movie chooses to end, I'm just like, let's just get this fucking shit over with, because Madeleine Pesch needs better movies, which I'm hopeful for her to get better movies. She had one in the case of Maintenance Required, which I thought was decent. I want Madeleine Pesch to succeed as an actress, especially as a redhead actress. I want to see her do better outside of these movies. I know she can. It's just, y'all need to give her some better scripts or something to work with. I can't just root for these movies or be fair to these movies just because of her name is attached. An actress that I think has strong capabilities in acting, for me personally. But she needs better movies or such and being involved in these. Same thing with Rennie Harlin. I can't be fair to these only because of those two alone. But in the end, guys, this is not a movie that is worth checking out. You didn't see it, and good for you if you didn't see it. But if you are a Strangers fan, maybe check it out. Maybe form your own opinion, because regardless of what I say, I always champion everyone to form their opinion on something. But if a movie like this is not worth it, it just ain't worth it. But I do this for you guys, and you're welcome for it. Aside from Madeleine Pesch and aside from a few other positives, The Strangers Chapter 2 is definitely one of the worst movies this year and one of the worst horror films in a year that has been pretty good for a genre, despite a lot of movies in the horror genre I haven't seen, like Weapons, or 28 Years Later, or Dangerous Animals, or other movies like that. It's just a waste of what could have been an interesting film, and I think this is just a waste of time. If you are someone who wants better for Madeleine Pesch, just skip this. You're not missing much in this. In the end, if you are a fan of Rennie Harlan, Madeleine Pesch, or a fan of The Strangers, you may like this more than I did. Because there's always someone out there who likes something better than you, or hates it worse than you. But honestly, you know the grade I'm going to give this. This is going to be a skip it. You can skip this bullshit, because there is nothing here that's worth a recommendation. And you can't say I didn't try, so don't give me that excuse in the YouTube comments. So in the comment section down below, what did you guys think of The Strangers Chapter 2? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Are you somewhere right in the middle? Do you want better options for Madeleine Pesch as an actress? What do you like or hate her? Let's discuss all of it down below. Let's talk about the movie in depth. All on the social medias are in the description box down below. To my Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Letterboxd, Blue Sky. All of that is down there. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you won't get notified when more videos are up, or live streams, or post to my community tab. Otherwise, you won't be able to get these notifications. If you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, be sure to give it a 5-star like, and be sure to share it with your friends. As always, stay epictastic, join the epictasticness, and you guys keep it cool. Somebody please get Madeleine some better movies. Please, for me, I'm begging you. Well, that's going to do it for the video that you just watched. If you want to see more, my channel icon is up here. If you want to see more content from me, all my social medias are right here in this end card. I will also leave a playlist and a video here for you to see what the channel is about. As always, acknowledge me, stay epitastic, join the epitasticness, and you guys keep it cool.